quick preface. This is obviously not Cressley Performance. This is actually Needham High School, where I'm interning here in the mornings in the weight room, and then the afternoon at night I'm at Cressley Performance. So just letting you know, because I already know some of you are wondering why isn't he filming it at Cressley. So the point I'm trying to get across to the readers here on the blog is just what I'm coming to find out is simplicity is often, just an overriding principle that we use to coach, whether it's groups or one-on-ones. I first had this training epiphany under Mike Boyle last summer. Working with 25 kids in a group. You got to give simple cues. Get on it right down. Otherwise, just too much talking, they're going to mess it up. Same thing in more of a one-on-one setting. I found whereas at Eric's, I may have someone for a little more time than maybe right in front of me, but if I still talk too much, the end result is the same. It looks ugly. They don't understand. The kids are the worst. The kids will always mess it up. Their attention span is 20 seconds. So, for example, if I'm going to do the trap bar deadlift, what I would not say, is if you were the client, I would be right here. I'm like, okay, we're going to do trap bar deadlift. I want you to bend down with a flat back, grab the bar real tight. Straight arms, chin tucked. I want you to drive through the heels, stand up, fire your hips at the top, and then sit back on the way down, all keeping the chin tucked. The way I just explained that was a lot of talking, just way too much. They're not going to get it. They're going to get in there and they're going to be jerking it. It's just, if I were to ask them to re-explain that to me or to show me what I just did, it wouldn't look good at all. They probably would forget the whole thing. So I kind of break up clients in two categories: visual and verbal. Real simple, right? The visual, obviously, less talking, more showing, and the verbal, a little more talking and a little less showing. In the sense that the overriding theme being only 2 or 3 things, sometimes not even that is maybe all you need. Just simple things tell them, stand in the middle of the bar, that's 1, flat back, that's 2, and just stand up, that's 3. Now, it's not going to look good the first set. I'm going to have to fix things, but at least they're not thinking, about all these different cues, all these different kinesthetic, points here. They can just stand in there based off those 3 simple cues and execute the movement, and I'll fix them as we go. And by the 3rd set, maybe even the 2nd set, I don't know, sometimes the 1st, they'll get it. The point being, again, that I found that when you just talk too much, the attention span isn't long enough to retain all that and actually apply it. Same thing goes with a half-kneeling chop. I'm not going to tell a new kid especially, all right, I want you down in the half-kneeling position. I want you to reach a 45-degree angle, hold your chest, turn with your thoracic spine, and push out. They don't know any of that, especially anatomical terms. It's just all too much. So instead, they're probably going to mess up the knees to begin with too, so I'll fix them as we go. I'm just going to tell them, kneel down, pull, push. Pull, push. 2 things, just pull, push. Or 3 if you want to count, then I said kneel down. So just real simple. And again, this is an old one that I learned under Coach Boyle. The rotational squat. Instead of saying, all right, feet together, I'm going to step back really long with the right leg. Then I'm going to be out here. I want my feet at a 90-degree angle. 1 toe pointed this wall, 1 toe pointed that wall. Torso forward. And I'm going to sit back with my back heel. It's okay if the front toe comes like this. Same thing. It's just talking too much. They're not going to get it. So instead, I would just say, step back with the left leg. Step really far out with the left leg. Sit back. So 2, 3 things the most. Again, sometimes usually when you get a new client, and this is huge that I learned under Eric this semester, is that after I take them through the foam roll and the warm up, yada yada, I can already get a sense of their kinesthetic maturity. So by the time we get over to the resistance training, by the time we get over to exercise, I can already tell how many cues they're going to potentially need. If I told them how to do an RDL in the warm up, and they got it like that, I could probably tell that they only need to be told maybe 1 or 2 things the most. Probably just 1 when we get to the trap bar deadlift. They just get it. They see it. They understand. They're visual. I think that's about it. But that's the point I'm trying to get across. Just simplicity. The principle is the same. Individuals, group settings, simple, simple, simple. Always get you better results than talking way too long. People's attention spans aren't long enough.